guys, today we're gonna read this book, but we're gonna read only one story. Like, there's a lot of stories, see? As you can see, there's a lot of pages. You mean, like, how are we gonna read this book? But there's actually continents. And there's actually different stories. So, you can tell me in the comments if you want to read one of these stories for the next time. And you could choose Tangled, Disney Bunnies, Monster Inc., Big Hero 6, The Little Mermaid, Wreck-It Ralph, Toy Story, Winnie the Pooh, Lady and the Tramp, Peter Pan, Finding Nemo, Up, Sleeping Beauty, The Lion King, 101 Dalmatians. I forgot how to say it. Okay, tell me in the comments below how to say it again. The Jungle Book, Mickey and Friends, Bambi. And I'm gonna choose, which one should I choose? I'm gonna choose 147. 36, 42, 79. I'm choosing 147. Somewhere here. Here. I'm choosing 147. This one. Captain Hook's Shadow. So we're gonna read this book. And here, like, this is a book, but this, story. Okay. Captain Hook's Shadow and Peter Pan. Walk the plank, Peter Pan, John Darling yelled, waving a wooden sword at his brother. Michael, the boys were playing in the nursery. John was pretending to be Captain Hook, and Michael was pretending to be Peter Pan. I won't walk the plank, Michael said. And you're a codfish, Captain Hook. I'll get you for that, Pan, John cried as the brothers chased each other around the room. Michael felt like he was back in Neverland. All right, John and Michael. It's time for bed, Wendy said, walking into the room. Just 5 more minutes, John pleaded. All right, Wendy agreed, walking out of the nursery. A few more minutes. John and Michael began another pretend battle. But the minutes passed quickly, and soon Wendy returned. Now it's really time for bed for you two, she said. Michael and John put down their swords and crawled into their beds. Wendy turned out the light and got into bed too. She was sleeping in the nursery while her new bedroom was being decorated. Michael pulled up the covers. He wasn't the least bit tired. Soon John and Wendy were fast asleep. Michael squeezed his eyes shut, but it was no use. He kept picturing Captain Hook trying to capture Peter Pan. Suddenly, Michael heard a rattling sound, followed by a loud whoosh. He opened his eyes and looked around the nursery. Windows were thrown wide open, but no one was there. Then Michael noticed a shadow against the far wall. He gasped in fear. The shadow looked just like Captain Hook. Michael wanted to run, but he couldn't. He would have to hide. Michael quickly dove under the bed covers. Captain Hook was scary, but being under the covers didn't make Michael feel any better. He needed to know if the pirate was in the nursery. Slowly he lifted the bottom edge of him getting Peter. Michael still couldn't see Hook, but the captain's shadow was right there against the wall, as large as life. The shadow looked around the nursery for a moment, then it began to creep into the far corner. A chill ran down Michael's spine. Captain Hook was headed right toward Wendy. Michael knew he had to protect Wendy. As he glanced toward the nursery, his eyes fell on the wooden sword. Michael reached down and grabbed the sword just as the shadow got into Wendy. He threw off his covers and leaped toward it. The shadow stumbled backward. Michael lunged at it, but it swiped at him with his hook. Michael dove under his bed. The shadow reached for him, but he just darted away just in time. The shadow jumped onto the bed. Michael gulped, waiting for the hook to swipe at him again. He wondered why he was seeing only Captain Hook's shadow. Where was Hook hiding? Michael knew he had to do something. He couldn't stay under the bed forever. Captain Hook was sure to get him sooner or later. Michael dashed into the middle of the room, but the shadow came after him. As he tried to get away, he tripped over a ball. The shadow scrolled down to him, shivering. Michael pictured the crocodile that waited for anyone who walked the plank. Suddenly, Michael heard something. Someone called out, "Cook-a-doodle-doo, Peter Pan." "Peter Pan!" Michael shouted as his hero flew in. "I'm so glad you're here. Captain Hook tried to get Wendy, but I stopped him." "Hook is here?" Peter asked, looking around. "Why is Captain Hook's shadow?" "Why, it's Captain Hook's shadow. Don't let it get away." The shadow tried to run, but Peter flew after it. "It's only a shadow," Michael asked. Suddenly he wasn't scared. He leaped out of the floor and ran after it. "Grab it from the other side," Peter called. Michael ran toward the shadow from the right as Peter flew at it from the left. The shadow was trapped in a flash. Michael reached out and caught it. "Put it here," Peter cried, holding a sack. Michael stuffed the shadow into the sack, and Peter tied it close. "That was close," Peter said. "Why was Captain Hook's shadow here?" Michael asked. "I stole the shadow from him for a prank," Peter explained. "Some prank? The shadow has been nothing but trouble. It pulled the lost boys' tails and put pine cones in their beds, and then it flew away from Neverland to cause trouble in London." "That sounds really awful," Michael cried, looking at Peter with wide eyes. "I'm glad we caught it." Peter nodded. "Thanks for all your help." "Michael, I'd fly back to Neverland and return it right away, while everyone aboard Captain Hook's ship is still asleep. Those nasty pirates have already caused enough trouble." "Do you want to come with me?" Peter asked Michael. It'll be a great adventure. Not without Wendy and John, Michael replied. Peter said, flying over to Wendy's bed. He reached down to give her a gentle shake. He drew his hand back. Aw, she's fast asleep. He looked over at John and said, John's asleep too. Maybe next time, Peter said, jumping to the window ledge. Goodbye, Michael. Tell Wendy and John that I said hello, he called. Then he flew out into the night. I will, Michael promised. He waved good night and then went back to bed smiling. He was glad to have had another adventure with Peter. Bye guys, see you next time. Like and subscribe.